Good morning, students. In this video lecture, we are going to see the projection of solid, very basic problem. Axis inclined to HP and parallel to VP. Okay. So the assignment number 1, question number 1, hexagonal prism rests on the ground on one of the edges of the base. So one of the edges of the base is rest on the ground. Resting on the ground on one of the edges of the base. The axis inclined at 45 degree to ground. The ground means horizontal plane. Now this is a hexagonal plane, hexagonal prism. Base is having hexagonal shape. The top base is available. Top base is also hexagonal base shape. Two hexagonal polygons which are connected by the rectangular faces are called as prism. Now this is a hexagonal prism. This is known as the side or edge. So 6 corners available for hexagonal prism. Similarly, 6 rectangular faces available. All these rectangular faces form the lateral surfaces of the prism. Okay, top face or top base. This one is the base. Rectangular faces available. This vertical edges will be called as longer edge or lateral edge. Okay. Now we move to the problem. Axis inclined to the ground or horizontal plane. Okay. Now, so here I am having one plane, horizontal plane. Axis inclined to the ground. Okay. Now the base is resting on the ground. Axis is vertical. Axis is the imaginary line connecting center point of the base and the top face. In this position, axis is perpendicular to HP. Okay. Now in the second orientation, the axis of the prism will be inclined to HP. So when the axis inclined to HP, we have to assume axis perpendicular to HP and start with the top view. In top view only, you have to start the hexagonal plane. This hexagonal shape will be visible in the top view when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP. Now we have to start the diagram in the top view because axis is inclined to HP. We are assuming axis perpendicular to HP and start with the top view. Now when you draw the top view, two orientations available for hexagonal prism. So which one will be the correct one? Now when you draw the top view, you have to decide the orientation about the initial position. Now which part of the solid is resting on HP? So one of the edges of the base, hexagonal prism rests on the ground, rests on HP on one of the edges of the base. So one edge is resting on the ground. Now you will look at the top view here. I am keeping one edge similar to the position 1 here, like this, perpendicular. This edge I am keeping here. So on of the base side, I am keeping perpendicular to VP. In this orientation, I am keeping here. Okay. Now, when I rotate the front view, which part of the solid is resting on HP? This edge will be here. This edge will be the edge which you are going to keep perpendicular to VP. So this edge will be resting on HP when you rotate the front view. The second orientation, I kept the corner here. Suppose I am going to draw the top in this orientation. Second orientation, I am keeping corner at the left side of the top view. Now when I rotate the front, which solid is resting on HP? Already I kept one corner only here. Base corner is available at the left side of the top view like second orientation. So when I rotate the front view, corner is going to rest on HP. The initial first orientation, I am going to keep the edge like this. So when I rotate the front view, one of the side will be resting on HP. The second orientation, the corner is going to rest on HP. Now how to construct this diagram? Draw the hexagon, keeping one side of the hexagon in vertical position. This orientation, you draw the hexagon in the top view. For the top hexagon, give the notation ABCD. For the bottom hexagon, you can give the notation either PQRS or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, axis point will be available in the middle layer. So, draw the projector lines. Axis side is given as 50 mm. For the given axis side, you draw the vertical line. The top base will be available here. The base is available, that is resting on the ground in the initial position. Now here, when you look in front view, now for the top hexagon, I am going to use A, B, C, D, E, F. So when you look in top view, A, B, C, D is available at the top. For the bottom hexagon, I am going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will not be visible in the top view because it is available at the bottom. Okay. Only this A will be visible, 1 will not be visible. That's why I put 1 within the bracket. Now, when you draw the front view, this is the direction of front view. The edge B2 will be visible. So just project this B2. Here you are having a vertical line B2. Okay. So this vertical edge and the axis line, both are coinciding. You have to give priority to the visible line, not the axis line. Only for cone and cylinder, you have to give priority to the axis line. For prism and pyramid, if the visible edge is coinciding with the axis line, give priority to the visible line. Okay. Now give the notation. ABCD is available at the top. Now you are looking front view here. A, B, C available at the front. So A, B, C will be visible. Behind the corner point C, D is available. So D will not be visible. Behind the corner point B, E available. E will not be visible. Behind A, corner F is available. So F will not be visible. The same way, the bottom base you are having 1, 2, 3, 4. That is available. So 1, 2, 3, 4 you are going to give only on this base. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3 available at the front will be visible. Behind the 3 you are having corner point 4 will not be visible. Similarly 5 will not be visible and 6 will not be visible. Now our requirement is axis inclined to HP. So to make the axis, here where is axis available? Top view axis is available here. It is coinciding with the vertical line B2. So axis line is available here. So this vertical line is parallel to the axis. So just tilt this vertical line to the required angle so that axis will be inclined to HP. So the given angle is axis inclined at 45 degree to HP. Draw one 45 degree construction line. Now measure A to 1 and transfer on this line. So here corner 1 will be available and 6 will be available. So measure the vertical height, that is equal to 50 mm, and transfer on this construction line. So this will be A1 and F1. So the axis line and this vertical line both are parallel. So directly I am going to draw this longer edge. Longer edge A1. I am going to tilt to the required angle 45 degree. Now here the base is having 90 degree with the longer edge. So through this you draw one 90-degree line. Keep the protector here, mark 90 and draw the perpendicular line. Measure 1 dash 3 dash using compass. Just measure 1 dash 3 dash and transfer here. So 3 and 4 both are available here. The same way, transfer this line. Measure the A dash C dash. So keep the protector here, draw the perpendicular line, measure A dash C dash and transfer on this line. So this will be C1 dash and D1 dash. Similarly, the vertical line B2 also you have to transfer in the diagram. Transfer 1 and 2. Same measurement you transfer here. Now our requirement is axis incline 45 degree to HP. Axis line is available in the middle. That is on B2. So here you are having 2 and 5. So axis line is available on this line. Because when you do the projection here, axis is coinciding with the vertical line B2. So just extend the longer edge B2 downward so that axis will be inclined 45 degree to HP. Now you just, after construction, you can erase these lines. Okay. Now using this projection, you are going to draw the apparent top view. Extend all the corner points of the front view and the top view vertically and horizontally. The corresponding corner points will be intersecting. Extend all the corner points of the top view horizontally. How to mark the corner intersection points in the top view? So first extend the corner point A and the A1 dash. Both are intersecting, forming A1. Then extend corner point B and B1 dash. So both the corner points are intersecting, forming C1. Same way, extend the corner point 1 horizontally and 1, 1 dash vertically. Extend 2 and 2, 1 dash. 3 and 3, 1 dash. 4 and 4, 1 dash. 5 and 5, 1 dash. 6 and 6, 1 dash. Now, how to find out the visible and the invisible edges? Now, we are going to look top view here. First, identify the visible base and the invisible base. Now, which one is the visible base here? When you look from top, which base is available at the top? This ABCD is available. This ABCD hexagon is available at the top. That will be visible. This 1, 2, 3, 4 available at the bottom. Only outer side will be visible. Inner side will not be visible. For example, here you are having the hexagon. When I look from the top view, this hexagonal plane will be fully visible. What about this hexagonal plane? Only the outer sides will be visible. The bottom side will not be visible. That we are going to consider. Now this ABCD is fully visible. So identify the visible base. For the bottom base 1, 2, 3, 4, only outer sides will be visible. What are the outer sides available in this diagram? 2, 3, 4, 5 available at the outside the diagram. That will be visible. Inner sides will not be visible. What are the inner side available? This base side 2, 1, 1, 6, 6, 5. These are the inner sides or sides available at the bottom of the object. That will not be visible in the top view. So identify the visible and invisible base side first. Then we can go for the identification of the longer edges. What are the longer edges are available? Visible here. Those longer edges available below the axis line will be visible. How to find out that? Just look at the top view in this direction. Now you tell me what are the longer edges will be visible when you look from here. So E5 available at the front. So E5, vertical edge E5, D4, C3, B2 available at the front side. Those edges will be visible. What are the edges are available at the back side when you look from here? F6 and A1 available at the back side when you look top in this direction. Using that you can identify visible and invisible edges. Now once again repeating here, you are looking top in this direction. E5, D4, C3 and B2 are available at the front. That will be visible. So join E5, then D4, then C3, then B2 will be visible. This F6 and A1 available at the back side. 6 is available here, F is here. Already visible line we have drawn here. When visible and invisible lines are coinciding, give priority to the visible line. So in this area, small area, you cannot be able to draw the dotted line. For the remaining area, you can draw the longer edge F6 as a dotted line. Similarly, A1. A is here, 1 is here. Already for the small portion, we have drawn the visible line. For the remaining area only, you can be able to show the dotted line. Okay. So this is the problem number 1, assignment problem. Axis inclined HP and parallel to VP. One of the base side is resting on HP.